I'm Tien Lan, and I went to university in Taiwan. It started as an exciting new chapter, quickly turned into something a lot more complicated. From culture shocks to classroom chaos, from unexpected friendships to moments of what am I even doing here? This is the real story. So join me as I go through the highs, the lows, and everything in between inside Taiwan's public education system. Because trust me, it's not what you think. So NTNU Shida University was crazy, was wild, it took me back 30 years to my student years. I haven't been a student for many years. I hung around with people half my age. I drank too much coffee. I ate too much junk food. I studied hard. I failed. I ditched class. All these things that you remember doing as a student. It was a wild ride. It was a roller coaster. Sometimes it was great. Sometimes it was bad. I had my highs and lows. However, I have decided that system is not for me. With all the appreciation for the fun I had, excitement I had, and even though I didn't have to prove myself with tests and grades and attendance because I didn't need the visa, I still felt it is very, very stressful. For me, and again, this is for me, and although I got the full integration experience, I would not choose it again. So when I go back to study, I will go to private school, or maybe I will find another way, like a private tutor or friends tutoring me, something with less stress, less tests, and more gamification. Again, this is just me. I am thankful for this period of life. I will never forget it. It was an experience super crazy. Westerner in the Asian public education system. It was a crazy experience, and this is why I'm doing this little series, just to, for you guys and also for me to remember these crazy times. And I hope I will bring some more Mandarin to you in the future as I study hard. Hope you keep watching me and study some Chinese with me. Okay, let's address writing versus pinyin. So many people who come to study, especially in private school, they don't bother with writing, and this is something you can do in Mandarin, by the way. I know it's very odd to Westerners to say, how can you talk without writing? So in Chinese you also have pinyin, which is the characteristic in English. So think of your own language. What would happen if you just write the English letters to pronounce your wheels, let's say. Many people that I know, Westerners, they don't even bother to study the writing, the character, they just study the pinyin. To be honest, it's much easier. For me, it was very hard to study the characters. However, I highly recommend that you go on the difficult lane and learn how to read and write in addition to how to pronounce. This is a whole different set of pain because Chinese is nothing you've ever learned before, but it will benefit you greatly later. And I think you will not regret it. I remember I saw some YouTube channel or some book told me you have to unlearn what you know about language, unlearn how to even understand language, because Mandarin is like nothing you've ever learned. There are so many layers of complexity to it that I really don't want to scare you, right? But it is the hardest language in the world for a reason. Like I tell my friends, it is even hard to explain to you how complicated it is. So it's complicated to explain how complicated it is because your mind cannot grasp the complexity of the complexity. Weird, right? Once you go into Mandarin, especially when you also learn how to write, then you understand what I'm talking about. I think also you have to express interest in the language. If it's not interesting to you, if it's boring, then there's no use. You have to think of it as a puzzle. As the months and even years will pass, it will get less and less cloudy. It's not like other language. Letters don't mean anything, or they do mean something. For example, you can know how to read but not to write. I know, strange, right? Many people can talk but not write. Some people know to read but don't know how to interpret it because words are different. Letters and words are different in Chinese than in the West. It's really, really crazy, but it is a lot of fun. And I do think you need to find your own way. Some do it with like a bit of internet, some do it with like flashcards, with private tutors, there's this memory palace system, all kinds of systems to help you understand and remember Chinese. I think it's a journey just to find your way. Don't think that if you go to university, you get it. You have to do this wholesome experience for yourself, and you will have to find the ways to fill the bowl of knowledge for you. What I study, what is very different from other person. And I know that many people do trial and error for months, if not years. So you can study Chinese for a few months and then say, this system is not for me, I want something else. And this can change and develop and evolve. That is very different from when I learned German. German is very methodical. Now, on a retrospect, it's very easy. You can put everything in a nice little formula, a nice little table, and everything will make sense. It is, of course, the grammar is horrible. The words are long, but what you see is what you get. The system fits most of the people the same. In Chinese, no. Everybody needs to have something else. And me, as with ADHD and a slight autism, I need to find my own way, which I must confess I have not found it yet. So why did I choose NTNU/Shida University? So a few months later, we sit here, like
Mr. Ghana student, please come to office. The principal will talk.
So this is 3 months after. Like 3 months ago, we were here. It was like crazy. We didn't know what's going on. There was so much people and orientation day. And now I feel like a grumpy old man.
It's your last week here?
My last week, yes.
What do you feel?
Strange. I had like very crazy ups and downs. Back to school and just stress and stuff. Last time I did it was like 30 years ago. Going back to this being a kid and like everybody else around me is a kid. And I do feel young, like doing like kid stuff, like with the students here. But sometimes I do feel my age, like everybody's so quick to learn and like, when you're 20 something, like information like, and when you're older, like, that's what it is. And I think it's a memory that I will always remember. Shida is more like, it's not number one, it's number two. University in Taipei, which is very, very important. There is one above it called NTU. So NTU is like the Harvard, And NTU is considered very difficult. And NTNU is like more like the cool sister, I would say. They have like a art and music department, campuses. So, it's more like chilling vibe, although still I had like, if this is the easy chill one, I don't want to know what's going on in NTU, darlings. I will miss my books. This is book number 2. I will miss the insanity that unfolds within its pages. The hours of frustration and also elation that I had from this. Homework assignment, as you can see, you cannot go without a folder full of tests. Every week a test. Of course, this is my second folder, by the way. I have a first one which is full already. Something like that. The campus is really nice and neat. You have all the facilities around you, like gym to library, really everything around. It's around Guting, Chiao Kai-shek, and Memorial stations. I think it's a funky, nice university. I do think there are some funky classes there. There were like native Taiwanese, singing class, how to cook. In general, I think NTNU is funky and nice. I would recommend it if you want to go to the public, of course. Again, I would emphasize that. All right, I hope I convinced you to come to Taiwan and learn some Mandarin. Hope to see you here. And if you do want to come here or need any recommendation, give us a message and I will answer you in the channel, of course, or even a private message. DM me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you find it helpful. Bye. Happy study.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ